Elsewhere around Montana, with Yellowstone County already surpassing the turnout for the 2016 presidential election, local election officials are thankful for a new law that allows them to unseal and begin counting ballots prior to Election Day. MTN's Jake Cohn reports.
Let the counting begin. The number of votes cast this election year already has set a new record across Montana. Now the hard part, counting those thousands of ballots. As you can imagine, the process of opening, flattening, and getting those ballots ready to be counted is both labor intensive and time consuming.
It really is. Our choke point is actually human hands unfolding paper. You know, the machines run pretty quickly, but they're not that, you got to wait for the paper to put through them. So it just takes a little bit of time.
Election Administrator Brett Rutherford in Yellowstone County credits election officials across the state who recognize the huge surge in people choosing to vote absentee in many of the past elections. They got the legislature to pass a new law and took action to lessen the load on Election Day and night.
Senator Roger Webb carried Senate Bill 162 for us, and basically we were allowed to open the secrecies last Thursday and Friday and get them flattened out and ready to count, and we actually started counting today, the day before Election Day, which will help out immensely. We didn't write the bill thinking there'd be a pandemic, so it doesn't solve all of our problems, but it sure does help.
Presidential election years are always the most stressful on election officials, but this year may take the cake. Made even more stressful this year with numerous lawsuits challenging everything from the mail-in election itself to the deadline for turning in ballots to restricting the number of ballots one person can collect and turn in. All those suits making their way through the court system as Election Day drew near.
I don't expect the lawsuits to stop. I bet they keep going after Election Day. So we just got to roll with it. If we get new directives, we do what we got to do.
Even with a day's jump start on counting ballots, officials say to expect many of the races not to be finalized until Wednesday afternoon or later. So patience will definitely be a virtue for all of us in this 2020 election year, an election year like no other. In Billings, I'm Jay Cohn reporting for MTN News.
And with this year's early ballot counting, Rutherford expects the first vote totals released at 8 p.m. will be a much larger sample than in past years.